Hi everyone, my name is Ashish. I'm a junior doctor working in the UK. In today's video, we'll talk about how you can prepare for PLAB 1 effectively so that you can crack it in the first attempt. So let's begin. I'll start with the basic introduction to PLAB 1 exam. PLAB 1 is a written exam made up of 180 multiple choice questions, and you must answer all these questions within 3 hours. Each question starts with a short scenario, and you need to choose the right answer out of 5 possible answers given with the question. What is being tested in the exam? So PLAB 1 exam covers the common, important or acute conditions which is seen by trainees entering the second year of foundation program, which is FY2 or F2. This is after your internship. So a person who has finished internship back in their country, they are the same level of the doctor who are entering the second year of foundation program. All the questions relate to current best practices in the UK and the equipment routinely available in UK hospitals. You need to answer all the questions in relation to the published evidence, and the questions cover management of long-term conditions seen in primary care as well. What is not being tested in PLAB 1? It doesn't test how well you can remember and recite facts, and it doesn't test you on skills needed to be a specialist, a senior clinician, or a GP. What are the tested domains? There are 3 clinical domains. The first one is application of knowledge and experience to clinical practice. The second one is assessment of patients, and the third one is management of patients. How are the passing marks decided? So each correct answer is worth 1 mark, and total number of correct answers will be your score. There is no set expected pass mark, and the pass mark varies with each examination, and it is set for each test using the internationally recognized Angoff method. Let's look at the PLAB 1 pass rates for the past 5 years. You can see that the pass rate varies from 64% to 76% in all of these years. Talking about my own journey, I passed my PLAB 1 exam on 1st of November 2018, and I scored a pass result with 145 out of 180 questions correct. So the result is declared as a pass or fail, so it doesn't matter whether you score high or not. You need to just score above the pass mark which is set for each examination. Let's talk about the resources which I used. So the most important one is PLABable or PLAB doable. I went for PLAB doable, which is an offline version of PLABable, but it's a good idea to take subscription for PLABable, and it's not very expensive. And once you have taken a subscription, it's important to solve as many questions as many times as possible. And it's a good practice to resolve the questions which were incorrect for you, and that will help you get a better grasp on the concepts of the exam. My second most important resource was Dr. Khaled's 1700 questions. These are previous year's questions which have been consolidated by Dr. Khaled, and he has given answers to all these questions with very short explanations, and it's a good idea to solve these questions as many times as possible. Apart from the previous mentioned question banks, I went for mocks of Dr. Samson and Dr. Somi's Coaching Institute, and these were very, very important because I had direct repeat questions from here. So try to solve as many mocks as possible, and they will surely help you out in the exam. My fourth important resource was Clinchers. Now Clinchers is a fancy name for one-word answers to questions which you can revise on the last day before you're going for the exam. It's a good idea to prepare your own Clinchers to important questions, but you can use previously made Clinchers as well, which are available free of cost. You can find them on the PLAB group on Facebook. The last one was Dr. Samson's PLAB 1 notes. Now I took a lot of time to read all these notes, but I'll give you a slightly different advice to what I followed. it's not a good idea to study notes for PLAB 1 exam. It's good to solve the questions as many times as possible because the notes are very vague, and if you study all these notes, you'll have a lot of information and you won't know what questions will be asked in the exam. So focus on the exams and you can just leave the notes if you don't have any time. The time taken for my preparation was around 4 months. So in the first 1.5 months, I read Dr. Samson's PLAB 1 notes, which I do not recommend that you should do. After that, I solved PLAB Doable and Dr. Khaled's 1700 questions, and I repeated both of them twice, and it took at least 2 months to do that. And in the last month, I did the mocks, did the clinchers, and then solved the incorrect questions again, which were in PLAB Doable and in Dr. Khaled's 1700 questions. So the takeaway point is that try to solve as many questions as possible and try to repeat your incorrectly answered questions, and do not waste your time reading books or reading notes because they're not usually helpful when you prepare for this exam. If you like this video, click on the like button, share this with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. Thank you. See you soon with another video.